high velocity dried Mr. Jagger now with just the cone on, or excuse me, we can call it the nozzle, the cone, solely. I have not done anything else. I want to make sure that I am working smarter, not harder. So I intentionally, and for most of these grooms, you don't want to brush them out before any baiting drying is done. A, because you don't want your tools to get dirty. And B, we're going to allow these tools that we have for grooming do the work for us. So that when we go to brush out the dog, we're getting the minimum amount of coat as well as minimal amount of work on our end. So what my intention is I have the nozzle removed here and I'm going to push it up to the skin here. And what you're going to notice is, see, my nozzle did not get everything out. But now that I've removed it, what it's going to do is going to get the dog dry all the way down to the skin, because we do have humidity in his coat. You can see how the coat kind of sticks together still a little bit. And that by removing that, that's going to release all this extra stuff that I couldn't get with the nozzle on. So as I have a hand on the dog, I'm going to go and turn on my dryer, and I'm going to work through his whole body up to the front here, and then we'll finish off with the head. So we got Mr. Jagger mostly dried on his body and legs. I'd say his body is about 100% dry. I'm not feeling any cool wet spots on him, and he feels like he's got good volume and separation to his coat. So I have not done the head before. It does look a little fluffier. That's because I had used a happy hoodie on him, and so what happens with this product is it absorbs a lot of that moisture while you're drying the rest of the dog. So it makes it a lot easier when you have to dry the head, especially for those dogs that don't tolerate it as well. So my intention for him, to make him appreciate the process a little bit more, is to make sure that I'm intentional where I'm drying, and I'm not drying directly in the ear canal or on his nose, because what that's going to do is going to make kind of like on a windy day, when you're outside and you have the wind blowing on your face, you kind of want to stop breathing for a second. It's kind of a similar effect for these dogs, so we want to make sure that we're not shocking them so that they feel safe and secure. So I'm going to go turn on the dryer, and we're going to get him dried on the head, and just watch those techniques that I use on his face. So I'm going to pinch his ear shut while I'm working on this side. Sorry. That way I'm not going directly in the canal. I'll move over this way. And I have the dryer on low. Holding the ear down so I'm not going in the ear canal. And we want all that coat nice and separated and dry. Make sure you get underneath that ear and around the cheeks, because those areas like to hold on to moisture. Yeah, I know. Separate the coat a little bit, and that'll help kind of get that area dry for them without overreacting. Come back here. I know you didn't like that one. Always making sure I've got that ear canal covered. But really working to get those ear edges nice and dry. If you need to, you can take a brush and kind of brush out the edges of the ears to help separate them a bit more. But we want them nice and separated. There we go. Always monitor the dog's stress levels and make sure they're not putting too much tension with the grooming lead on their neck. If you need to readjust them, that's totally fine. And always give them praise when they're doing good.